Hi, I'm Tom, and I've always had a passion for cheap, fast sailing boats and making them better. I recently purchased this super rare Bethweight high-speed project trimaran off Facebook Marketplace for just 150 bucks. However, unfortunately the first time I sailed it, it sunk. So now I'm doing what I need to do to make it float again, so we can get it back out on the racecourse and see how fast you can go for just 150 bucks. Okay, so back at Sugarloaf, I wasn't really going to come sailing, and then last night I looked at the forecast and it was like 15 to 20 plus out of the south, freezing cold, raining, and I thought I've got to go. So it is exactly that. Down on the bay it's sort of 22 to 25. Up here a bit less, but there's some good squalls coming through. So I've tried to fix all those issues I had with this boat the first time I sailed it. You remember I didn't have enough jib vang and the clew was like way up in the air. So I've made a little 4-to-1 system here that works a lot better. I have tightened the lowers on the side stays about, I've gone from the top hole to the bottom, so probably 2.5 inches. Dropped these down 1 shackle length. They're still a little bit loose, which I'm not very happy with, but we'll just have to live with that. Tightened up the wing wires a heap, so they're kind of taking over from the stays, which is probably why they're loose. And yeah, we'll crank this rig tension on and hopefully that makes a big difference. I'm going to go out with it a bit too tight because I expect all my splices and stuff to creep while I'm sailing. And yeah, hopefully it's a bit better. Alright, here we go. Today's race is the usual race here. It's like 3-lap type thing. I'll be in with the Cat, same as last time. Water level's quite a long way down at the moment. Apparently it's something to do with keeping the water flow in the river, right, or something. So, real squally. Just had a heap of rain come through while I was getting changed. And yeah, right after that it would have been sort of a good 18 knots. Now it's backed right off again. And then there's another line of clouds coming. So, just going to be up and down all day. But yeah, let's get out there and yeah, see how it goes. So here I thought I had a good start. I sort of did. I was mid-line and on the front row and straight into a little puff, and I thought yeah, this might be a good race, but unfortunately the Cats all got up inside me here and sort of just got one bow in and started to get out on the wire, and I was in this mode, and then I went straight into a big lull after that. So I've sort of skipped through this first beat because it's pretty boring. So yeah, we'll jump back into it as I approach the top mark and start to get a bit of breeze. Nice little puff here. Into another nice little puff here, just trying to soak down sort of back onto the rum line. Don't want to get caught up under these hills. Breeze is spilling in behind us here. Can't heat it up too much because nothing to windward and an island. So here I get enough breeze to stop running square and try and sail the angles. As you can see, I'm sort of just starting to sit on that bar on the windward rack, and the thing's moving along all right, but it still doesn't pay in terms of EMG compared to the other boats that were able to just run down the rum line there, like the Sabres and stuff. So yeah, still got a bit of work to do to figure out the best way to go downwind on this, but as you can see that jib clew's staying nice and down and closing the leach of that jib, but still letting the flow sort of come off it. So yeah, that vang modification on the jib definitely made a difference because it's not losing any power there now. So as you've seen there, I've kind of just zigzagged my way across the lake, but haven't really gone downwind too far, which is why I was just getting flogged by all the normal boats. Here I get a bit more breeze and it starts to go bow down, much to my enjoyment, but still not too quick in terms of getting from point A to point B. So here we start to engage with my nemesis for the next lap. This Shark, which is basically a Sabre with a square top mainsail that sort of is an offshoot of the Sabre class. They look to go pretty well, and this guy seemed to know his way around the lake. So as you can see, he went inshore there out of that bottom mark and managed to come out of that headland pretty well. And I went a bit lower out into the lake and got smashed. So it was a real battle to stay with him upwind, as you'll see shortly. As you can see here, that jib vang being on so tight is really closing the leach of the jib, and it's pushing a lot of air back into the front part of the main. So I don't know how you'd go if you weren't like 120 kilos here, because I was really trying to sort of hold on to that and keep it nice and flat. So I might need to find a way to make the jib vang adjustable or something, just so I can spill some air. Stop it! So as you'll see there, I did catch up to my nemesis on the Shark, but as you can see, when I'm sitting up that high, I can't actually see what's really coming under the jib, and being Dacron sails without windows, you don't really have any idea what's coming, and he obviously didn't see me, but when you're racing that hard, these things are going to happen, and he went around the top mark and did his turns, so all good. We managed to avoid any serious collision, and off we go. And I got this really good gust, because by the time I tacked back, the breeze had come back, so it was all good. Just taking some depth at the moment to get away from that windward shore. And I'll bring it back up again and sail the angles. It's got a really nice puff at the moment. See, this boat's fast if it's this windy, at least, all the time. So when it gets these lulls and stuff, that it's not too quick around a track. So here I was just approaching the bottom mark to finish my second lap, but the Taipan that you saw before had already finished 3 laps and finished the race. So I didn't want to have to make the volunteers wait around for me to do one more lap. So I thought I'll just do a quick reach across the lake since the breeze was starting to build, and see how fast I can go, and then go back in. More breeze coming. So it's on this angle where this boat starts to feel like really good, like it just comes alive and everything sort of lightens up a bit and it's comfy. I think about here I hit my top speed of the day of 15.1 knots. So getting the last little sort of leap out onto the float's a little bit tricky. You've got to kind of put the main sheet and your tiller in one hand, and then sort of scooch out with your hand over the gap between the trampoline and the float. And then once you get there, you can start to hike. So I thought I'll just hike, see how fast it'll really go, push it a bit harder. Here we go. And bang, the jib boom just basically folded in half like a boomerang. You can't really see it there, but you can see how deep the foot of the jib's got. So yeah, that was an aluminium tube that obviously wasn't up to the compression, but yeah, that was basically that. Thanks to subscriber Finn for helping me get the boat out of the water. It's a bit of a ungainly thing. So yeah, I hope you liked that video. Go back to the moth project after this. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.